What's going on, guys? This is Ali here and welcome to my Apollo contest results. Overall we had 156 entries. 156. That's 30 more than my previous contest, and I mean, I was blown away. Couldn't really have asked for anything more than that, so thank you very much for entering. The entries were, I had some really interesting entries. I knew that because the aim of this contest was to produce a speed art using the pack that I provided, there would be some kind of limitations on what you could produce. And there were one or two kind of repeated entries where people had done the same kind of or had the same kind of idea with the same images, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It just allows me to compare how different people can take the same image and like manipulate them differently. So it was really interesting. I actually learned quite a bit from it. So what I decided to do was I have decided to add on 2 extra honourable mention spots, because there were so many entries that I believe that I should really mention more of you, because there were some really good entries and I couldn't nail a top 10, so I've picked top 12. If I know I say this in every contest that I do, but I can't really stress this point enough. If you don't place, don't go on a rage and dislike the video and go and dislike all of the kind of the top 12 guys' videos, because it's just it's just like the stupidest idea ever. There's like such an opportunity for you to learn from other people's entries. You should really see it in that kind of a light, and not just see it as, oh crap, I've done rubbish, I didn't place, gonna go and quit now and become a player. That's not what we want. We want more graphics designers in this community. So just take inspiration, continue doing what you're doing, and enter more contests, and I'm sure your work will pay off. But anyway, on to the results. So this is number 12. This is Beauty of Space by BluuDzn. And this guy actually was competing against a lot of other people using the same kind of idea, but he, I believe, produced one of the best images using this image here, the helmet. And he kind of had this landscape that had these kind of like almost fiber-looking overlays that kind of extrude out of the image, out of the visor, and it kind of becomes part of the kind of surrounding reality. It's just really interesting. Loved it. It was really good. Number 11, we have Apocalypse by LoDzn. And this is kind of a great example of texture overlays. I love it when people can really sort of manipulate textures to kind of give just a plain image, almost like a scene. And this came out really nicely. I really liked the kind of the green tone to it, and the gradient overlays he's used as well, also really nice. It's nice and clean, and also I like the fact that the text he's used actually does sort of complement the image. It does suit it as well. So overall, that was a really nice entry, and congratulations. In 10th place, we have Lost by AdaamStyl. And this image I loved again. I love I think Adam was actually the only person to use this image, or the only person to base their whole final piece around this image, which was really good. And this is just another great example of texture overlays to kind of give a piece a theme. He's then added other images in my pack, such as planets and asteroids around the outside, and they all complement the piece again. It's a really nice color correction. And the kind of diagonal cut across it also gives it a different dimension, so that's really nice. In 9th place, we have Space by WorthyDzn, and this piece was really good because I looked at it and I thought, what are those kind of metallic legs coming off of the robot? And what he's done is he's cut Dr. Octavius's legs, the bad guy from Spider-Man. He's cut the metallic legs off of him, and he's introduced them into the piece, and it looks like the robot's kind of dragging this guy along the floor away. And he's also added a red kind of enhancement on the eyes to make it look like he's become almost like possessed by this robot. So it's just really interesting and nice entry. In 8th place, we have Soul Planet by Jaytazle. And this piece was, again, really interesting. He took a spaceman from my pack and he added lots of different interesting textures and overlays. And he kind of made it look like this almost giant character extruding out of an earth. And then I wasn't too sure why I thought this worked, but it just kind of does when you look at it. It shouldn't, but it does. Also, I love the text underneath it. It kind of, that's the kind of thing. I don't know whether you've seen a film called Skyline, but that text reminds me of it. Anyway, in 7th place we have Power by WorthyDzn. So WorthyDzn made it twice in this top 12, so really well done. And the first thing I thought of when I saw this entry was the film Chronicle. So Google that if you haven't seen it, and it's like this kid has supernatural power, and he's kind of manipulating and breaking these quite iconic human vehicles. And there's also people there as well that he's sort of almost like dragged from a planet into space, which is a bit of a bastard move, really. And he's added a nice colour correction and gradient to the piece, and then just had the word power in the top left. Yeah, it's a good entry. In 6th place, we have Alone in Space by BluuDzn, and this entry was very unique in that he actually modelled parts of this asteroid himself, and he was the only person to give his final image almost like a script between myself and Houston, like Apollo 11. And the whole idea of this is the kind of 2012 asteroid heading towards Earth, and everyone on Earth is obviously going to be obliterated. So a nice cheery theme to this one, but it was really interesting, really well modelled, good placement, really good entry. 5th place we have Space on Earth by Jaytazle with a Q, and this was a really good example of clean photo manipulation, where he's brought in different images and smoothed them out and blurred areas and added brushes, etc., to make the whole image look like one. And you've got the extruding spaceship coming out of the river, which kind of gives this kind of mystical element to it. You're not too sure what's going on. And then this overlooking spaceman in the background was quite interesting. Yeah, so overall it was a good entry. In 4th place, we have Blue Appearance by Mr. LoDzn, and I love this piece so much. It was possibly one of the most original images in this contest. He took a girl from a regular Google image and completely transformed her into this kind of gazing robot, and in the background he's added part of a spaceship, and he's put the Dare logo onto it. He's not used too many planets. Like a lot of people overload space images with planets, but it's nice and clean, nice colour corrections, really good use of flares, just a really great entry. Well done. Okay, on to the winners. In 3rd place we have Evolve by Drone, and what I loved so much about this piece is that it's so clean, and he's used such a range of the stuff from my pack, as well as his own images, and on top of this, it's like the concept, it kind of makes me think like he's taken the sun, which is a fiery star, and he's kind of created the opposite, which would be a watery kind of icy star, and you really get that sense of iciness, and it's really light as well, because a lot of people perceive space to be a dark place, but he's kind of brought out a really nice light side to it, and the colours are great, and the use of images on the top of the planet as well. It's a really good entry. Congratulations. In 2nd place, you've got Gravity by OxideGraphics, and this piece there was so much going on in it, and to begin, it looks so realistic. This is exactly the kind of thing you'd expect to see on a planet's surface up in space. He hasn't overloaded it with planets in the sky. He's kept it nice and simple, which is what you need. He's then added this kind of rainbow flare, which gives the whole piece, it just makes it feel so much more realistic. And then on top of all that, he's modelled the kind of the buggy, which is ejecting my logo out of it, and the buggy itself is actually made from the Dare logo, and so he spent the time to get the Dare logo and my logo, and he's added all the fine details of the asteroid in the background. It's just fantastic, really well done. And the winner is AVP Designs with this piece, Black Hole, and I don't even know where to start with this piece. It's so original, so creative. It's just so unique. No one did anything like this, and when I'm looking through loads and loads of entries, I want to see stuff that stands out and looks really different, and this was completely away from anything anyone else did. He's created this vortex black hole in the background that's sucking sort of the whole contents of the room in with it, and then you have all of these fine detailed effects coming off of this spaceman towards the front of the picture that they take a lot of time to make, and the fine detail around the black hole as well, like the effects on the wall. There's such an amazing attention to detail in this piece, and then the colour correction and the gradient overlays he's used really complement the piece, so amazing job, well done. Okay, so that's the contest over. Now, our second contest, the Apollo contest, is now finished. So really thank you so much for entering. It was an amazing outcome. All of you I know you all put so much effort into your speed arts that you make for me for these contests, and I'm really, really grateful that you spend the time to enter these contests. I'm trying to kind of produce content to get as many of my subscribers involved, and give people kind of a decent chance to get some exposure and show people kind of higher up in the community your work, because I know it's quite difficult to do that. And so, I mean, if you want me to do more contests, please leave some comments, or just personal message me. Also, give me some ideas for some more videos I could do to kind of get you guys involved a bit more, like my Ali's answer time, which is going to be like where I answer your questions. If there's anything else you want to see me do, please let me know, and I'll make it happen. I mean, the last person that I spoke to about that told me to do Dobby voice, for God's sake. So, I mean, and I did that. So just ask me whatever, and I'll whatever you want to see, I'll produce that content. So I hope you're all enjoying it. Please follow my Twitter if you haven't already, because I've just got that all set up and it's going, and tweeting to not very many followers is quite dull. So it would help if you could follow me. Links in the description. Links to all of the top 12 entries are all in the description as well. So please go and check them out. Leave some nice feedback. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this whole contest. And I've got some great content coming out for you in the future, so stay tuned, sub, like, favourite, etc. And I will speak to you soon. Thank you so much for entering. Goodbye.